Hey, your boy Dinpo here, and welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. So, happy Friday, everyone. Finally made it. What a week it has been. I hope everyone had a really good week and now are just as excited for the weekend. So, in today's video, I just want to go quickly over the update, right? One aspect in particular, and that's the Soul Power feature added for Chun-Li, Mad Ryu, Hugo Rose, and M. Bison. So, this is huge, right? And so now we've got added those extra 5 characters. Which one should you go for, right? So, I'll give you my personal opinion here. As a whale, right? As a whale, I'm obviously going to go for Bison. Not that I need to, but because I feel like it'll just boost him that little bit more, right? And also, I know the people that I'll be coming up against in Showdown will have him max, so I have no choice but to match them, right? That's just how it is at my level. Like, you just need to do it. As you can see here, Gouken is still at level 40, and C-Viper will remain at level 40. So these two I will not touch, at least for time being. I just don't see any benefits to giving the power to a tank, right? Because I don't use this Forbidden Shoryuken. So I use this C1, sorry. Even though it's not ideal, but I still do it anyway, because that's just how the combo fits. But regardless, back to Bison here. Unless you're in a similar situation to what I am, I would not prioritize getting him up to level 40 or level 80 for that matter. I think you should stick with what you have, because it will be, the gain will be minimal. You will not see a huge increase like you would in someone like C-Viper, for example, right? So Psycho Absorb, he'll trigger if you have his where is it? So if the HP is below 40, he'll trigger the Psycho Absorb. If you have the 6 scars, also Return of the Inferno will trigger a Psycho Absorb, right? It's good, but is it game changing? Absolutely not. He's a solid powerhouse unit as he is. As I said, unless you're a whale, I would advise against powering him up. And if you do decide to go down that road, I think level 40 is more than enough. But for the whales out there, you're probably gonna take him to level 80 anyway, right? So that's Bison. Probably the only notable addition here. The second most notable one that I think a lot of people will make a use out of is OG Chun-Li. This is an interesting one, right? So as you can see here, I haven't maxed her fighting spirit yet. I'm still working on it. But so if we look at a kit, where is it? It's just a passive quickly, right? So upon scoring a crit with a skill, it'll increase the super gauge by 100. So she's just a super battery essentially, right? And if we look at a garage real quick, so we have after the fighter lands 30 crits, the attack and crit damage of all other fighters increased by 15% for 15 seconds. Huge. After the fighter lands 20 crits, the attack and crit damage of all allies are increased by 15% for 15 seconds. So if you're using her C3, she'll reach this in no time, right? If we look at where is she? If I go back here, what is a, so her crit rate is at 36.2% as it is, right? If you put a broken formation on her, just for argument's sake, that crit rate will go up to 43%, and she'll be critting non-stop, especially if you're using a C2, right? Oh, C3, sorry. So she's a solid unit as enough as is. So would Soul Power give her even more uses, make her more useful? Well, damage increases by 40% if the skill scores a crit. Yeah, decent, but damage increase for her, right? You want damage increase for the rest of your team. It's good, but not really game changer there, right? Then we have I'm even about to pronounce it. Senretsu Kyaku, right? So increases damage bonus from each stack of armor break by 1%, also affects whirlwind. So Cool, fine. Once again, she's not going to be your main carry. She's not your main DPS user. So, should you go down to power her up? I mean, she'll get more crit rate if that's what you're after. So she'll crit more often. Is it necessary? No. Once again, if you're free to play, why would you do Chun-Li over Sea Viper, for example, right? I wouldn't personally. She's good enough as it is. Her kit's good enough as it is. She does the job without the soul power update, right? She's a super battery, and I use her for events. If we look at here, a lot of people use Chun-Li, right? So if we go here, leaderboards, so he uses normal Chun-Li. He hasn't maxed her. He would probably use Chun-Li as well. He hasn't maxed her, right? He doesn't use Chun-Li, but most people do use Chun, and I don't think any of these guys are gonna go for their level 40 or level 80, right? Once again, if you're a whale, like an Uber whale, sure, go for it. I'm not an Uber whale, so I'm not gonna do it. And I just don't see how to add value. Always look at this point, right? Don't ride the hype train. Always go for what will add the most value to your account. What is going to make you stronger, right? If you recall back to my Summer Elena video, I told you I won't be going for Summer Elena because I just don't see her fitting my account. I'm not going to go for it just for the sake of having it, right? It needs to complement my current teams, and right now she doesn't. I have enough trigger units as it is, and just no space for more, right? So, cool. And then we have the the Mad Ryu here. Guys, he wasn't viable before, he's not viable now. Do not do it. It's a waste. It's a waste, right? It just gives him stat boost. That's all it does. It doesn't make his kit any better. It doesn't make him any less suicidal. It boosts up his stats. That is it. He's not going to be a viable unit for PvE, PvP, or anything of that matter, right? The only thing he can help you in is the Thunder Tower, right? So if you're going to go for his soul power, keep in mind it's only going to help you in the Supreme Fist. In the Thunder Tower. Nowhere else, because he's not usable. I wouldn't use him anywhere else. So I use him in Thunder Tower, but am I going to go and get him to level 80 just for Thunder Tower? Absolutely not. It's just not going to happen. So that's my thoughts on Ryu there. So even though we got like all these new characters, it's a waste. I wouldn't prioritize any of them, with the exception of Bison. Rose is solid. So Rose is really good. I really rate her, especially in PvP. Just keeping her there passively in your team, in the lineup, she'll do miracles for you, right? So now she inflicts with 2 times Tarot Cart, whereas before it was 1. So it's good, but this crit resist is kind of crap. I mean, if you're running as support, is a good stat. But essentially, you want a unit that'll buff your crit rate and your pressure and your damage, right? And then Aura Soul Spark. So this is great. Like level 40 is enough for her. I would not go for the level 80 because I wouldn't use her Soul Spark, right? But if you do, and you need someone to fill in that C3 slot, then you can use it with Akuma. So you can run her with Akuma in the starting lineup. She'll keep him alive. So besides Gouken, she's probably like the only unit that'll actually make him survive a little bit longer. So if you're running her with Akuma, sure. But even then, level 80 seems a bit excessive just to get the extra 15% of damage, right? She's not a damage dealer. You're not using her for damage. This is good, but once again, by now, she's got power crept, and there's a lot of better support units out there that I use. So I wouldn't really focus on her, right? And last but not least, we have our boy Hugo here. So what does Soul Power do for Hugo? Essentially what it does is it just gives him a lot more potatoes and makes, he's almost like a tank support unit. So he'll increase the healing rate that you get, right? And it'll also make him recover a lot of HP. So if you run him with someone like Elena, he'll get the extra healing, or make him extra tanky. But let me ask you this, right? When you can have a tank like, say, Honda, or a tank like Zangief that you don't need to do soul power, why would you invest your resources in Hugo? And I'm sure not many people have gone to build Hugo. So why would you do it now and then invest again in the soul power, right? It makes no sense to me. Like, he's a missed opportunity. Like, they had a chance to do something cool with him. They didn't. It's not worth it, right? Stick to the OGs. You know, if you're going after PvP, go for Zangief. He's a boss. If you want someone a bit more balanced for PvE and PvP, I'd go for Honda. So I've used Honda. You know, and he has not let me down, right? Whether you use him as a double tank, whether you use him as a single tank, he's just there to outlast the opponent, right? And to fill in that C3 combo if you ever need it. So, and also his C1 interrupts, which I never use, but you could use it, right? Potentially. Yeah, he's light years ahead of Hugo, and so is he. So why would you go for Hugo? It blows my mind. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's my take on the new Soul Power update. Don't ride the hype train. Max out the characters that you use, the ones that are going to get you through the story mode, the ones that are going to get you through the bosses, the ones that are going to get you the high scores, right? Or the ones that are going to get you through the group stage in say, Showdown. That's what I would do before considering anything else. I'm hoping we would see some Soul update for the legendary units. That would be freaking amazing. I don't think they're gonna do it, given that they've already you know, you can just max them out fairly quickly just by linking him to someone else. That will make him super OP, but you never know. We'll see, right? The characters that I do want to see next, who do we want to see next that could potentially, you know, make him extra viable? Well, how can I forget, right? We definitely need to get this guy a Soul Power update. If he gets the Soul Power update, I think he's going to be hands down top 3 in the game. 100%. No two ways about it. He's extremely solid as he is now for PvE and PvP. He's such a well-rounded character, right? Such a well-rounded character. It's a shame he's a balanced class, but he is an absolute beast. I'm strongly contemplating building him next. His C3 hits like a truck, and he can do it up to 2 times in PvP and up to like 4 or 5 times in like PvE, right? Maybe more, depending how many times he procs the ability. So that's my take there. I would love to see Sagat next. They'll definitely do him eventually. I haven't tested her out yet. Obviously, I haven't really gone for her. I don't see how she's going to fit in my current roster, so for now, I'm holding off. She could be good in PvP. She self-revives, but yeah, I've tested her out in the trial realm, and I wasn't too impressed, to be honest. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Who do you think will get the Soul Power upgrade next? And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. As always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and peace.